What's up, y'all? Back in Alkemist lab again. I got some new stuff coming, y'all. I got some new stuff coming. I just gotta get some things together, man. But you know, I was outside smoking this here cigarette and I rolled. You know, and just thinking about some things. I was viewing a couple videos just now because sometimes I like to check things out, and I just thought about something like, they talk about the timeline and of us being in Satan's little season. You know what I'm saying? The millennial kingdom already happened and all that shit, and I really do believe that, because when you look at the world, because really I was thinking about it in my situation, because when you look at the world, evil people get the blessings. You see what I'm saying? Just like I was thinking about it in my situation. Somebody could. I was just thinking, and meditating on it, and I take myself out of the equation, as in I take my ego out of the situation. And what I mean by that is I look at it from a higher perspective. I look at it from, not from a place of. Let me put it like this. I look at it like it's not me, like it's somebody else. From a like a meditative point of view, just to get a higher understanding. But anyways, I was just thinking like, somebody could lie on my name. How could somebody lie on my name? Treat me just so disgustingly. Have it in their head that I'm nothing. Put it in my face that there's nothing I can do about it. And I was just thinking like, you know what? That's what it means to be a real, true chosen one. And I talked about this before. You know what I mean? Forget all the internet fads and all this stuff and all that shit, dude. Like, that's what it means to be a real, true chosen one. Especially in this time now. And, one tactic that I always talk about that they pull is the whole, oh, you're the bad guy. If you stand up, and like I said, what's crazy about it? It is the same fuck that seeks to abuse you and harass you, putting in your face that you're the bad guy if you do that. You're already blacklisted and being watched. You're already shadow banned. Guess what? Oh, really? I don't give two bloody wanking shit fucks. That's what makes you a real true chosen. Because in that situation, like I said, I was thinking before, I was thinking before, like, damn, just seeing this person that sought to destroy my fucking name, sought to basically sacrifice my whole being to protect themselves from the truth. Wow. Yet I'm the one that has to, like, do all this shit, have all this shit happen to me, have nowhere to stay, gotta, you know what I'm saying, work so hard on all my projects, I don't even get peanuts from it. I try so hard to get monetized from different things, like, gotta work super overtime, you know what I'm saying, for basically nothing. It's like risking, like, working jobs, doing this and doing this, not getting no sleep, not having nowhere to sleep, gotta wait a week or 2 weeks to get a room or something, you know what I'm saying. And somebody might be like, and I've had this, from people outside of the equation. Of course, I expected that, and we'll get into that in a minute. and from people like, and as always, the same fuck that has abused me and seeks to continuously abuse me. Say, like, put it in my face that, oh, victimhood, you're being the victim. You're blaming others. You're hating. No, I'm just explaining something. And see, this is what I don't get about these. See, this is how you know these people are fake healers. In order to heal a situation, you be truthful about the situation. And but because they're so, you know, they're all about their image. Let's say that they're all about their image. They're all about their you know, how they look online and shit, and feeding off of people. You know, basically it's like this in the spiritual niche on different social media platforms. It's like this, you know. The basis of that is this, and I'm going somewhere with this. The basis of it is this new age, false lights, love and light, cocksuck ass bullshit. And then you have the black nigger, fucking coon monkey, pussy ass bitch shit. You know, fake conscious community, pussy ass bitch shit. So what they do is, it's like they hide behind the whole, like, you know, they make themselves look like they're doing good for the community and all this stuff, and healing and love and light and all this shit. But if they're black, they put the whole black people and the brothers and shit like that, you know, and it's like that's what they hide behind, you know. But there's a lot of fake motherfuckers out here, yo. And I've been praying for a long time. I've been praying for a long fucking time that, you know, not just me get justice in this situation, but for what they've done to y'all. These people have sat there in my face, put it in my face that, yeah, we're copying you. We're watching you, and guess what? We're gonna guess what? We're going to rehash what you do and what you say, right? Even before you upload the video, right? And we're going to pretend like we're doing it, and we're gonna also interject some false information in there to spice it up. Look at that. Oh yeah. So while they're doing that shit, they're unconscious of the fact that they're highly unconscious of the fact, because they're unconscious in the first place. They're highly unconscious of the fact that this is why I say, are they like, you know, what is this? Why get into something that is, you know, you don't really truly believe in? So they're unknown of the fact that, you know, for years and years and years, I have practiced the ways of King Solomon. I know the greater keys of Solomon and the lesser keys of Solomon and all the practices of King Solomon like on like the back of my hand. I know that shit. I know the Kabbalah with a C, a Q, and a K like anything. A Jewish person from Tel Aviv in Israel, you know, a professor, I could sit down and have a conversation with him about anything out of the Kabbalah. So with me practicing all this stuff, I have conjured many different beings around me that watch over me, right? So they're unbeknownst to that. And plus I study other cultures, right? And, you know, so what's been happening is, not only do I have the power of King Solomon. Oh, okay, I got the power of King Solomon. Then Yahuwah, you know, told me to study other cultures. So I've been studying other cultures for a reason. I'm not going to get into that, you know, in this video, because it'll be a whole lecture, which that is a lecture on something. But you know, like let's say this. I've been studying the Viking culture, the Norse culture, you know, and these spirits, these goddesses, they're real. And so while I've been and I'm going somewhere with this, and this isn't some I don't like doing it's some grandiose ego boost type shit or nothing like that. I'm just trying to get let y'all see something. You know what I mean? And one thing I noticed about these gods and goddesses, if you have a certain heart, if you have a certain mind, you don't have to, okay, let me give you an example. Before I sidetrack myself. Let me give you an example. Like that bitch who calls herself Adenola the Oracle, right? I'm looking, she's a part of this whole, the PP watchy, we're watching you group and put it in your face and you can't do anything about it and we're going to mimic and copy you and shit. While you get nothing from it and we get paid. You get nothing from it, we get paid, we got, So one day I was sitting, back when I had my apartment, I was sitting and I was just thinking like, God, what is this? And I specifically said, Yemiya, in the name of the Most High God, how could you let this happen? This woman is supposed to be upholding like this sacred fucking shit, but really she's behind the scenes debauchering this shit. She's behind the scenes doing all this shit. Do you agree with this, Yemiya? Yemiya, do you really agree with this? Like seriously, I don't put no god or goddess before the Most High Creator. And because in the book Kabbalistic Magic, Kabbalah with a Q, that I always teach out of, the practice of it's called Kabbalistic magic, the practice of high ritual, psalms, and all this stuff. It's got a ritual in there to the deity Aphrodite. I'm like, Aphrodite? What the hell is this? So I was reading it, and it was like, okay, you're summoning Aphrodite in the name of Yahuwah. And that's why Yahuwah had me to go around the world and study different ancient cultures. But I'm not going to get into that now. I'm going to do that into another, that's going to be a lecture. That's going to be an actual real lecture with different stuff. I don't want to mention it here because it's a surprise, Because see, people like me who actually study creation and study things, we give you information. Actual real information. We don't just go off the ways of the world and wait on, one of these fag-ass celebrities like 50 Cent faggot ass and Kanye West faggot ass and the rest of these, dick suck, cock suck, munch ass fucks who sold our people out and fucking like make it something, like a little, you know what I'm saying? We actually do this work. We can give you real true fucking information about creation. But anyways, let's hit this fire truck about whatever this is. Damn, that was a children's national. Hope that kid's all right. Jeez, but it was. What was I saying? Damn. Oh yeah. So in there, damn, I messed up my damn joint. Oh my god, it's fucked up. But anyways, so when I seen that, I said, what if I did a ritual to the goddess Hecate? A Kabbalistic ritual to the goddess Hecate. Oh my God. The shit that Hecate revealed to me, mainly, well, we're going to get into that later on in the video. But let me go back to my point. So I'm studying all this stuff, right? Studying all these different ancient cultures, studying the Norse mythology, I'm studying Hinduism, I'm studying this Shintoism, I'm studying Tibetan Buddhism, I'm studying Buddhism, I'm studying all this stuff, right? And as I'm studying all this stuff, I'm realizing that, how I, going back to where I was asking Yemiya, I said, why is this happening? you know, like, do you agree with this? You know, then the next day, next week, this bitch don't practice yoga no more. You know, and all this shit. And then she's got to come up with all this stuff. So I was like, oh, that's Yimmy, y'all. Hearing my motherfucking prayer. And you know what? Yimmy, y'all didn't even have to hear the prayer. What some of these gods and goddesses like to do, especially the goddesses with these fucking bitches, these bitches who pretend they uphold their name and shit. Boy, they like to, this is something I got from Goddess Hecate too. This is something that these goddesses love to do. They love to let the bitch, you know, be in their glamour and vanity and shit, mentioning their name and shit like that, mentioning these goddesses' name and shit, you know. And the goddess sit up there in her realm, just look at the bitch, let it build up, let it build up, let it build up, then shut the bitch down, and just, you know, that's exactly what they do. And that's exactly what Yimmy did to that bitch. Yimmy let the tides fucking get higher and higher and higher on the bitch and drown that hoe. But anyways, little white boys that play Smite and pick Yimmy as a character in Smite, the video game Smite, like, they show more respect to Yimmy than that fucking bitch. But anyways, damn, bro, do I got my other one? I want to keep one on me, but it's fine. I'll get another one somewhere. I have to go back to the junk to get my damn junk. I ain't walking on me that day just to get that. Just to get that. You know what I mean? Damn, but I see that. But it's fine. Oh, I do got another one. Alright, so make a long story short, I already made it long enough. I'm basically getting swords and weapons from all these different cultures. You know, Odin gave me an axe. And what I mean by that is, you know, they gave me the inspiration and strength. They see your situation. Because see, these beings see, it's like you're standing on a building. You know, standing on the top of the highest building or whatever. You could see everything. See what I'm saying? So, with them thinking they know me and can see me, they don't know that there's something else higher looking down. And you see what I'm saying? So, this whole time they had no clue that this shit was going on. Because they had already put it in their head that I am nothing. That I am nobody, that I am, you know, that God doesn't favor me. Most High don't favor him. He ain't shit. He ain't this. Oh, we can do it and do it. Now look at him. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 Now look at him. Now look at him. Pussy as fuck. Cowardice as fuck. You know, I got a lot of respect and I'm very inspired by the old school mob, the old school Italian mob, right? Back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, when John Gotti got up in that junk, that's when it, you know, all fucked up, you know what I mean? But I like those guys. You know why I like those guys? Because they are the epitome of be careful who you fuck with. Because almost, especially, you know, I like to watch this guy named Sammy the Bull. And, you know, when he tell his stories, every story, every moral of where he had to whack a motherfucker, every story that he tells, that the moral that I get from it is be careful who you fuck with. A man who thinks he knows others and doesn't know himself is a danger to himself and those around him. Be careful who you fuck with. Every story he tells. And then they made movies about him too. I'm like, damn, this is the old, this little old dude. That's the dude. They're like, oh, Sammy, please, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was you, Sammy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They was all big and bad and shit. You know, call him a punk, call him this, call him that. Next thing you know, they on a construction site with a fucking 50-pound fucking bag of goddamn cement. You know, raw cement. Knocked upside their goddamn head. On the ground apologizing to the motherfucker that it was talking shit to and about and shit. Careful you fuck with. Because a real true chosen one is not the one to be fucked with. And see, look, that they can put down blockages and path and all in your path, and they can lie your name and other people believe it. They can do this, they can do that, they can do all of this shit. But you're still chosen. You see what I'm saying? Just like in this situation, you know, they putting all this shit in my face and saying this stuff about me and saying this and saying that, but I just checkmate them with this. Like, I'm not a pussy ass watch fuck nigga who watches another man in his reality and mimics him and does all this shit. You know, like, the gods are watching as well. How do they see you? Oh, okay. Yeah, they see you as a bitch. Okay. You see you as a bitch. Like, for all my men out there who profess to be on a spiritual journey, it is imperative to you to study Viking mythology. You want to know why? Because as a man, you're on a spiritual, you're on a spiritual journey, you're a spiritual warrior, you fight for something. Are you worthy enough to go to Valhalla? Ask yourself that. Ask, are you a bitch? Your actions on this earth plane here. Dictate you going to Valhalla? I know. Hey. Valhalla and beyond, bitch. Where you know, are you worthy enough for the Valkyries to see you as a courageous fucking man? Cause see, the pimping is like a universal remote. You can point that shit at anything and it changes. And the reason why I mention that is because in the pimping, the woman chooses. She chooses. So even in this, the divine feminine, the Valkyries, she chooses. If, you know, just like the heart light as a feather and all that shit, she chooses. So, do your actions dictate you, you know, going to Valhalla and beyond? Or you just a pussy ass bitch who don't stand for shit, you know, harassing and abusing somebody else on somebody else's dick, you know, being a little faggot, punk, pussy ass little bitch, you know, don't stand for shit, pretending like you're fighting against what they're doing and shit, but you're using what they've created to watch me and shit, you know, shit like that, rubbing your stank ass pussy in my reality, you know. See, when the guys and goddesses look down on me, they don't see no fucking fuck ass nigga rubbing his stank ass pussy to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? They see somebody fighting for justice, for freedom, for truth, no matter what. They've called me crazy, they did this, they did that. I'm still here. Just like I can't even logically explain how I'm like all the defamation, all of the shit that has happened to me that I have not even explained, that I have not even told here, yo. I cannot logically explain how I'm still alive in my right mind, and you see what I'm saying? But I can spiritually explain to you, and I just did, through all that what I just said. That's how and why I'm still here. Because I am divinely guided and protected. And when I say that people like me can't be cursed, it's not some, like, once again, some grandiose thing. Like, no, we can't be cursed. But with me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a bloody wanking fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that? What is that? Like, Odin gave me an axe. Like, Lord Krishna gave me the same advice he gave fucking Arjuna. Like, what? Hecate told me that any bitch that lied on my motherfucking name again, and the bitches that have lied on my name, she basically, take her 2 torches of light, smack the bitch with one, and shine the light of truth on with the other one. Why do I have to, like, I don't do shit like that. I don't do, like, return to sender shit, I don't do that. I don't have to do that. And if you're on a real spiritual journey and you're favored by the gods, you don't got to do that shit. Like, why? Why waste resources? Why waste, like, I could use those herbs and candles for something else. Like, it's a waste of resources. And it shows the gods, because, see, going back to what I was saying about the other thing I was talking about, how, gods and goddesses, they they're aware of shit. So let's say somebody goes to Hecate to try to do something to curse me. Like, Hecate is my comforter. She's one of my comforters. That's not going to do anything. They're gonna fuck themselves. Even in this situation, I feel like somebody went to a god to try to fuck me, and the god favors me, and they took their shitty offerings that they gave that god to fuck me over and just toss it aside. And the god that they went to whispered in my ear and says, keep going, dude. See that? See how that works?